morning, everyone. I am Trucker Ray. Welcome to my channel if you're viewing for the very first time. I share my experiences driving the highways of Canada and hopefully soon the US. And I love to share the gospel of Yeshua. And I'm just hooking up to a trailer that's going to be heading to Kelowna. One of our regular stops, Heritage. Always like going to that place out in Kelowna. They're really nice guys. Really nice customer. Then after that I have 2 pickups in Kelowna and then one down in Oliver. Yeah, I've never been to Oliver before, so it'll be kind of nice. Another new place to go to. That's weird. Why would there be a seal on the opposite door that you would normally put a seal? Okay. I'm guessing somebody just put that there for fun. So this is going to Heritage. Ugh. Because of all the stuff I'm picking up, I have to double check and make sure I got enough bars. We got 2 bars, 3, 4. Okay, good. There's at least 4 bars in here, and we got some plywood because we are picking up a Bobcat. A Bobcat and Oliver. Make sure we got enough straps. It looks like we do. So I will hook up my airlines and everything and pull this thing in the shop because we have a mechanic now for the first time. This is his first day in the job, so he can check the air leak, and that's a nice bonus because whenever we have issues with our trucks, there's really nowhere to fix it out here. Unless you take it to Freightliner or Ocean Trailer, wherever they take the trailers to. But now that we got a mechanic, we can get it looked at right here. Is that what those wheels are meant for, to rest against the trailer?
Yeah, you don't want them against there, it's like a safety.
Oh, okay. What an interesting machine. Yeah, meant for doing the trailers. What a neat little thing. I was talking to Jeff, he said that thing's about 17 grand. It's not cheap. Well, we're all done here. It looks like the mechanic didn't get his name. Got the airbag fixed, so we're all done there. And that was Dylan. Dylan Hall, that is Jeff's son. He was showing me how that unit that washes your trailer, which is pretty cool actually. It you just pull it down the side of your trailer, and it's supposed to spit out soap and rinse and everything. But some of the little jets are plugged because it hasn't been used for a while. So he said he's going to have to clean it out, and it takes it like 5 minutes. Go up down one side and down the other side of the trailer, and to me that's worth it, that you have a nice looking truck. I mean, black looks nice, especially with the logos that the company has, and to make it even look better, put a shine to it, right? All right, my friends, I am ready to start another cycle. I'm just going to open up with a prayer if you want to join me. Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you, Lord, for another day, an opportunity to work and to be able to see your beautiful countryside and to be able to provide these breathtaking videos to people that have never really seen parts of Canada and the places I go. Lord, would you just please keep me safe on the road, and would you also bless everybody that's watching this video, those that are closest to my heart, my friends, my family, just So many people I could mention, so many people, just very faithful YouTubers that are out there that care about what I'm doing, and it's so amazing. And I thank you for giving me this opportunity to make these videos for my channel. And Lord, I thank you for Jeff and his family, for just how much they do care about their drivers, and it's just a real blessing to be here right now. So dear Lord, I just pray all of this in the precious name of Yeshua. And Lord, would you also watch over my girl Wendy and her girls, Jeremiah, my son, and my daughter Carrie. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. I am ready to go. And it's actually almost time to put air conditioning on. Okay, so here's what's going on. I'm not going to be able to deliver it tonight. I'm not going to be there in time now because of the repair. So, Greg called ahead of time, our dispatch, and they said that we can park in their dock. Just open the doors tonight when I get there, and then they'll just unload me when they get there in the morning, and then I might even be able to sleep in until 8 o'clock, which I doubt, but every time I say I'm going to sleep in, it never happens. And we are super light, so going up the Coquihalla Highway is going to be a piece of cake. Sure, it's a beautiful day out here. It's actually warmer in Chilliwack out here. It's 7 degrees, but just look at the blue sky. Not a cloud. Well, there's a little bit of cloud, but not a whole lot. Beautiful day. This tells me it's going to be nice on the Coquihalla Highway and probably very nice on Highway 97C, the connector, which is going to be nice. And I'm a little bit excited too that I get to see another area that I haven't been to before, and that's Oliver. And if you're not familiar where Oliver is, it's on the way to Osoyoos. So it's south of Penticton. So you get back on the 97C and you just follow it all the way down into Oliver. So it's some other parts. It's really close to the border. So another area that I've never been through before, so it'll be nice. I'm noticing too, there's a lot of traffic out here today. I don't know what's going on. It's not rush hour yet. I don't know. This highway's always very busy though. They really need another lane here. Well, maybe one day. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I am just came out from a walk. I'm trying to get into the habit of taking a walk every morning. I'm over at Heritage over here in Kelowna, and they're unloading me right now. Quite a trailer load. But it's always kind of fun unloading at this place because not only do they unload you, there's a lot of straps left over, ribbons, little pieces of dunnage. There's a bit of a cleanup process involved with it, so when you deliver a full load here, you're here for a little bit, but that's okay. I'm out of breath because I took a good walk. I'm trying to work on getting more exercise. I wanted to share something quickly with you guys. I didn't want to go into a long-winded discussion over it, but for those of you that have been following me for the last 6-7 years, I don't know, it's been 7 now, so anyway, since 2012, you'll probably, if you've been following me that long, or even maybe not quite that long, but at least for the last few years or so, you probably had an opportunity to get to know me in a little more of a personal way, and I'm okay with that. And there's some people on there that I really appreciate their comments, and other comments that aren't very pleasant, but then again, you're going to get that. You can't be perfect, right? You can't have a perfect record when it comes to that. Someone's always going to dislike something that you do. But for those of you that have been following me for a while, you probably noticed a dramatic change in me in the last 5 years. Just a ridiculous amount of stress, heartbreak, you know. The tragedy of my daughter. The bottom line is it's really hit me hard, and I've just noticed that it's really affected me. I'm not eating as healthy. I'm not, I haven't picked up my dumbbells that I usually work out with. I haven't picked those up in so long. I've just kind of let myself go. And yeah, you probably remember there was times where I would go to Walmart and I would buy these frozen meals, and I realized to myself, it's just not healthy. It's just not a healthy way to live. And I've just decided I'm going to do a complete 360. And and you might ask, you might be regarding what is it? 360 on everything. My attitude, the way I've been eating, the way I've been just taking care of myself, spiritually. I've just decided I've got to do something for myself. I just can't allow this anymore because, and I'm not giving him the credit for this, the enemy will stop at nothing to destroy you, especially if, you're trying to do something for the kingdom. And Penny, you mentioned there were times where you noticed that I was out of breath a lot. Well, that's what happens when you put on weight. And you guys might think, oh, you're not fat or whatever. I do. I have put on some extra pounds in the belly area, and it's just simply from not eating the right food and just neglecting myself. And I have put on a lot of weight, and I just realized, you know what, I got to get rid of this. This is not me. This is not the person I want to be. And especially when you're sitting in the truck and you have the extra weight and it pushes up against your rib cage, and anybody that has a little extra weight on will know what that feels like. There's even times after a big meal I have a hard time bending over to tie my shoes. I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is never the way I've ever wanted to be. So I'm going to do a complete 360. I'm actually going to be doing some homework and some investigating on what would be the most appropriate diet for me out here. For starters, I have a little bit of lunch meat in my truck. I'm not going to be too concerned about that. It's turkey and roast beef. I do have bread. I should probably get rid of that out of my diet. But what I'm going to do for the next week, when I get a chance to hit a Walmart, I am just going to eat nothing but vegetables for an entire week. I'm going to go complete vegetarian for an entire week, except sardines and maybe a little bit of tuna. Not a lot of tuna, because tuna doesn't have the best stuff in it, but sardines are actually pretty good. And just lots of vegetables, radishes, carrots, anything else that I could possibly eat, broccoli, cauliflower. Just buy the stuff, cut it all up, put it in Ziploc bags, and munch on it when I'm, during the day, and then have a small meal in the evening of something. I will share with you how the results are going. You'll probably notice it. If you don't believe me on the transformation that I've unfortunately managed to do to myself, go back and look back when I was working for Transex. Man, was I ever thin. You could see it in my face and everything, and I look so much better. So we are going to be doing everything we can to go back to that where we were before and better. So do pray for me that I'm successful with that. And that's also including a change of attitude, not allowing things to stress me out anymore, removing things in my life that are causing me stress, just a real 100% turnaround, plus a lot more of dipping into the Word and praying. So there you have it. Well, I think these guys are going to be done in about 10 minutes, and then there's 2 other places I got to go to. One place apparently I have to back in, of course, and another place they do have a loading area, and then I have to head, as I said before, to Oliver and pick up some kind of a machine. So that's kind of what we're doing. That's what we're doing, and they're supposed to get snow out here tomorrow, so I'm glad I won't be here. Okay, we're all done here at Heritage. Always a friendly bunch of guys. Okie dokie. So now we're gonna head over to this other place. To get one skid. Stupid GPS. It's voice activated, so you're supposed to say, it's going to turn on, but you're supposed to say voice command. And then it says say a command. You can say stuff like Bugs Bunny and you'll still turn on. Stupid. Anyway. So, anyway, we'll head to this other place. Pick up our skid, and then I'm going to grab both skids here in Kelowna, and then I'm going to go, because the next one I need to get right now is literally just over here, and then I'll go back and get the last load in Oliver. Just had to load one skid on. It's kind of interesting, the stuff that we pick up. I think that was like a massive magnet. Not like huge, but a big magnet. Keep your wallet away from that thing. And I'm just gonna give myself a little bit more room here. Take a wider turn. So I just got them to put that on the back of the truck or trailer, and then the next place I'm picking up, it's supposed to be just one skid as well, and they can just push it. And then I already called the other place this morning in Oliver. I wanted to make sure that they could move those skids around, and they said they can, which is good. Oh man, this is tight again. Oh jeez. Inches to spare again. one thing. Doing LTL, you won't be falling asleep anytime soon when you're making these deliveries. You just never know where you're going to end up, and your adrenaline's always high. As long as you can learn to laugh about it. Could have waited, sweet lady. Oh well. Yeah, as long as you learn to laugh about it, you're okay. Stressing out about it, I've learned, gets you nowhere. All right, off to this other stop. Should be a little bit easier to get into than that one. So, place I need to go to is right in here, but I got to go in behind here. So this is another reason why I'm going to tell this until my face is blue. Always call ahead. Always call ahead. She told me specifically, don't go through the front. You will not be able to get in there. Go around the back. As soon as you get onto Bailey, you'll know. You'll see the loading area. And it's right behind there. Big winery or something. This is the place right in here. Yeah, several loading docks. Thankfully, I'm only picking up one skid, so I won't be here long. See this guy parked here on the left-hand side here? I would not be parked there if I was him. How many vehicles are going to end up taking a piece of his vehicle out? And there's that alarm going in the back again. I have to figure out what that's all about. I'll tell you one thing, this has sure been a beautiful drive. I've been as far past Penticton up to Highway 3, but I've never been on this little stretch of 97. And there is a ridiculous amount of orchards and vineyards, and the scenery is really breathtaking. I can only imagine what it's going to be like driving through here when everything is blooming on those trees, the orchards and that. Oh man, that's going to be spectacular. And I can only imagine how it's going to smell. So this is the little town of Oliver. Gerard's Equipment is what I'm looking for. Not quite here yet. But this is the cute little town of Oliver. Isn't this nice? The Oliver Theater. Look at this. Oh my gosh, and they're still using it. That's really cool. These are the little towns I love. love walking through some of these places. I don't know if there's a historic side of it. A lot of these buildings, not all of them, but there's a fair amount of them that seem to be very modernized. Fish and chips, anti-eggs, seafood. Yeah, I like these little towns.
Kubota stuff. I don't know if this was the way I should have went. I don't have a choice now. I'm committed. Don't you dare pass me on the right. That's a signal. Oh my God! Somebody was actually going to try to pass me. Tell me I've missed the telephone call. Are you going? Are you pulling out? Come on, mirror. Don't tell me you're going to do this to me. There you go. Okay, looks like this is the place. And I'm actually glad he pulled out. Now I can get around that telephone pole. I wanted to make it easier to get out. And so I'm going to have to go inside here and see what they want to do. Oliver, Canada's wine capital. Is that a fact? I didn't know that. Would make sense though with all the vineyards. Okay. We are all done here and now we're going to take this to Calgary. Do I have a safety pin? Not a safety pin, a paper clip. Don't need a safety pin. That's a paper clip, keeps all those together. And we have got everything we need. Or should I say, picked up everything we were supposed to pick up. Use some better grammar there. So we'll just fill out a satellite message letting them know that everything's fine. And we'll be on our way. Good morning, everyone. Look at that sunrise over there. Once we get past some of these trees here, isn't that beautiful? It's just starting to come up. There's one thing that I always love is out here in the prairies, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. The sunrises are always spectacular. They're just beautiful. Yeah, I'm up a little bit early right now. I wanted to I've been getting up a little, early a lot lately. And as I said, as you know, I've been doing this constantly. Once I get up like at 5 o'clock in the morning, there's no way I'm getting back to sleep. So I stayed at the Airpop truck stop at the casino over here. And the one back there anyway. least they have a Tim Hortons in there, and you can get a coffee in the morning and a biscuit, which is nice. I don't think the biscuits are terribly healthy. They don't have any Raisin Bran muffins. So you know what I'm going to have to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find, I don't know if Walmart sells them. I don't know if somebody else might sell them, but I'm going to have to get some Raisin Bran muffins. Get my cooler again and make sure those are in there, and have a muffin in the morning, because they're very, very good to have in the morning. Some people may say they're not, but you know what? It's better than a donut. It's better than the grilled cheese toasted sandwich, because I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. So they have a load waiting for me at the yard when I get there, so I'm just gonna dock this one, put it in the dock, and then grab my other load and turn around. I hopefully can make it to Abbotsford tonight. If not, I will make it to Holt, providing I have enough time left on my clock, and we'll go from there. And it is minus 22 out here today, Celsius. It's a little chilly out here, so we still haven't seen any of the warm weather come through here yet, but it's still a spectacular view. We have dropped our trailer here in the Calgary yard, and we've grabbed our other one, and it's chilly out here. Man, I'm so looking forward to spring. It's gonna feel weird. I know this is gonna sound funny, but if it drags on a little longer the winter, I don't mind, because that just means it gives you more to look forward to when the weather gets nice. I know that sounds nuts, but I'm hoping that we get spring a little sooner, so we can have a little longer of a spring and summer and fall. I can tell you one thing, I'm really going to appreciate when the nice weather comes, and being able to enjoy it. And during the winter time, and even in the fall, I spent a lot of time in my truck, and I guess a little bit of a depression will do that. And I just decided, you know, I'm not going to do that this year. This year I'm going to take my opportunities. I'm going to take a break and get outside and enjoy the fresh air, take a walk, wherever it might be. Just take advantage of the nice weather and the opportunity. I mean, I think as truck drivers, we have the best job in the world. I mean, it is difficult. It can be very challenging. But look at our window. We get to see all this amazing scenery. We get to see a lot, and we're very, very blessed. Just double checking to make sure my wheels aren't locking up, because it's a very, very light load. I like to always make sure that because one could be locked up and you wouldn't know it with a light load like this. And you get halfway down the road and you hear a pop. You blew your tire. No, they seem to be good. Sometimes if the load is extremely light, you can't really tell, because there's no, like right now you got snow on the tire and you can see the snow moving around. So what I'll do too is I'll just take my foot off the accelerator and it just wants to crawl. Sometimes I'll even come to a bit of a stop. And now you see it rolling. And it's telling me that nothing is seized up, that I'm okay to go. It's always nice to be on the safe side. If you ever have a brake that's seizing up on you or rubbing, and you get halfway down the road, you're looking at a potential fire. Tire blowout, and now you're going to cost the company a ton of money because you couldn't just take an extra 10 seconds to check and make sure your wheels weren't locking up on you. So, a little bit of info there for you. Okay. Well, we're rolling back the other way, and our destination is Abbotsford. We don't have any stops on the way, so I will be making a detour, get some fuel at the Husky, and then make our way down Highway 1 back to the beach. Just making my way up the coke out of Kamloops, and it looks like we're running into some snow. It also appears that there's snow on the Lower Mainland again. Man, the Lower Mainland's getting a lot of snow in the last month and a half. And apparently it's supposed to stick, and it's supposed to be ugly and all this. But I do have an interesting run tomorrow. I have to head down to Trailer Wizards in Delta, pick up an empty trailer, take it to the ferry terminal in Tsawwassen, take a ferry over to Victoria, drop a trailer empty someplace, bobtail over, grab another trailer. It's about 3 or 4 pickups I have to do, and then make my way back onto the ferry, and then from there bring it to the yard, and then from there it's going to Ontario, and I drive as far as I can until my 70 is over. Sounds complicated, but at least it'll be a trip on the ferry, which will be interesting because I haven't been on the ferry for a while. I haven't been on the ferry ever with a truck, so that's going to be an interesting experience. So that's kind of what we're doing. I really don't know what's going to be ahead of me here. They were looking for 2 to 4 centimeters. Hopefully that's about all we're going to get on here, because I'm super light as usual, and I'm not going to have a whole lot of traction. So hopefully I'll be okay. I'm over in Abbotsford, just topping up my fuel. I dropped my trailer at the yard, and I'm going to be heading over to Delta, over to the Tim Hortons. Remember I used to go there when I worked for H&R? Yeah, I'll be heading over there, and I'll be parking there for the night because Trailer Wizards is right around the corner. Yeah, the snow is coming down pretty good. It's not coming down really heavy, but it's still coming down anyway. Yep. Well, we're still going there. At least it's warm. It's not cold. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting trip. Never been on the ferry before with a truck. It's been a long time since I've been on a ferry. Long time, probably in the 90s. Yeah, so it should be fun. I should probably clean my windows. They're looking pretty dirty. Good morning. I don't know why I'm wearing this sweater. It's actually warm today. Back out in BC, this weather is warm. I don't know what, it's like 5 or 6 degrees, or maybe, no, it's probably closer to 1 degree, but this is warm for me. Yeah, look at this hail come down. Just not used to seeing this out here. Not used to seeing this at all. But I am just about ready to head over to Trailer Wizards to go get my trailer that's going to Vancouver Island. This should be an interesting trip today. I was looking at some of the roads where I have to go on Vancouver Island, and some of them look really tight. Nothing new there. And I'm sure I can get through there if I'm careful. There's another driver that's been that route. I'm going to end up calling him back and asking. He says it's 190 that you have to do. Oh, yes. The magic words for any truck driver. Yes, you got to make a 90 turn. That's a very, very tight turn. But I'll ask him, find out where that area might be so I can plan ahead accordingly.
I guess a lot of these trailers are used for storage because they're pretty run down. It's probably, well, this is what I'm using, this is what I'm doing. I think I'm bringing this one to the customer on Vancouver Island. I think he needs 4 of these trailers, and it's all for storage. Yeah, I wouldn't want to drive one of these down the main highway too long. These are older trailers. But it looks like this one's okay. I did my visual. Everything seems to look okay underneath.
Okay, we are on our way to the ferry terminal. Trailer looks okay. Pre-trip passed and everything, so that's good. One thing that I like, the things that I look for when I'm doing a pre-trip, of course, you always made sure that the insurance papers, you made sure that the actual inspection decal is up to date. And of course, you look underneath, make sure your cross members are not been damaged from a previous load. Make sure your airbags look like they're inflated after you have. Hoping this is the exit here. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to go through a full pre-trip on a trailer and show you guys how it's done. I don't want to bore too much of you there. There we go. Yep, so anyway, looks like it's going to be looks like over there in the distance there it's a big clearing up, so hopefully the ferry ride will be nice, and we'll maybe get a little bit of nice weather out there. We'll see. But we're going to be on that ferry for 4 hours, 2 hours that way, 2 hours back. So it's going to be a bit of a long day. A long day of sitting around. But that's okay. You get paid by the hour to do it. I'm not getting paid by the mile. And it only makes sense because it's only 93 kilometers to where I have to go. I think I'll turn this way. Oh, there's a light up here. Okay, I'll go this way. Approaching the ferry terminal here in Tsawwassen. Some people call it Tsawwassen. And this is the Delta Coal Ports over here. This is a massive place over here. The trains come along here and they either pick up the coal or they drop it off. I don't know quite what they do there. But it's quite an operation over there. I'm guessing this is a man-made bit of roadway that leads over to the ferry terminal. And you can grab a ferry to, I believe it's to Nanaimo, Swartz Bay, which is to the Victoria one. So we're going to be looking for Victoria. And it's It's so funny. They call this sunny Tsawwassen for a reason. It's been gloomy all the way here, and as soon as you get up to here, it starts clearing up, and you see some beautiful sunshine over there. It's really fascinating. So, again, this is a new thing for me, so hopefully I can get on. I do have a reservation. I think it's for like 2 o'clock, but I was told that if I can get on sooner, they would let me on sooner. I don't know. We will have to see how this works. So what's that? Gulf Islands, Nanaimo, Victoria. I don't want. I do not want Nanaimo. I feel like I'm going to a border crossing. That's what it feels like. Okay, that's interesting. Victoria, Victoria, Victoria. Wow, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of vehicles here. I'm wondering if that other ferry has been already through. And I do believe I'm going to have to give them this card. I'm going through the right wicket here. Oh man, there doesn't seem to be a lot of room on that right hand side there. Oh, that cone there, I might take that cone out. Oh well, I'm gonna try anyway. Well, I guess I can get through here. I wouldn't be saying that. Advise agent before applying the air brakes. I wonder if I'm going to get on this ferry. I might get very lucky here. Looks like I might get on. Very fortunate because I was scheduled for 2 p.m. Maybe you show up a little early. If you show up at an early one, maybe you can squeeze on if it's not too full. But there wasn't much of a line here. It's not too bad. So looks like I'm gonna get on. Yeah, I love that. That saves an extra hour of sitting here, which is really good. You know, this wouldn't be a bad place to work here. Can you imagine just shunting trailers around here, working for BC Ferries? I bet you that's a cushy job. I bet you that one pays really well. The big trick will be when I finally get off of this ferry and figure out exactly where I'm going to have to go. But as usual, it'll be a challenge like it always is, I'm sure. I don't believe it. I'm actually getting on the ferry. That's really cool. I really thought I was going to have to wait. He's going to send me to the left, I bet. No, he's going to get me to go right. Middle lane it is. Yeah, it's pretty tight in here. Oh yeah, this is cool. I'll wait till they get us all loaded up here. I'm going to give Jim a call and ask him about some of these places here that I need to go. I'm going to get him to run through it with me one more time because he went through it when I called him yesterday pretty quick. But I've got the map in front of me now, so I'll be able to at least follow along with him.
It's a little chilly out here, but there's nothing like being on the water. It's been a while. I find it really amazing that these seagulls are following. They're following the ferry all the way over. This way they make it over to the island, and if they need a rest, they can just perch themselves on top of the ferry. That's my guess anyway. Wow, it sure is nice out here. I don't remember what deck I'm on. I guess I'm on deck 2. There's 7 decks on this ferry. Look what I found. My truck is right there. Yeah, it's amazing. They squeeze a lot of trucks on here. It's supposed to be a 2-hour ferry ride. Sure didn't seem like a 2-hour ride. Maybe almost felt like just an hour. Look at my jockey box. Why is my jockey box open? Wow. Didn't it close properly when I closed it? Wouldn't that be funny if I lost my hammer? No, it would not be. Well, if I left that open the whole time since I left Trailer Wizards, I'm really surprised nothing fell out. Oh well. And because I know the vehicle's only been parked here, I'm still going to double check it and make sure nothing's been pulled, like the pin. Being a commercial vehicle, you need to make sure you check it every time you stop and go, especially if you've been sitting for a little while. That's one rusty trailer. That's where we are, and we got to find our way onto the 17 as soon as we acquire a satellite back on our GPS. So
we are on Vancouver Island now, and as I said, in Swartz Bay, we're going to be heading towards Victoria. There's quite a bit of vehicles coming the other way, my goodness. That's kind of normal though. Graphic design is what I'm looking for. What is the street number? And I bet you it's right behind me. 1751. Okay, it's getting lower, that's good. 1751. It's at the end over here. There we are. Graphic design. Perfect. I see a truck over there. Let's hope that's the way I go in. It's pretty tight in here. Might as well be in, is that the place? 1751. Oh, it's at the end there. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to turn around and back in there. But I'm just dropping an empty trailer though, so I wonder where they're going to get me to drop it. Oh, there's the other one there. Oh, you know what? I bet you I'm going to have to turn around. Well, this wasn't the most pleasant place to drop off a trailer. At the blind side in, and to make matters worse, some guy shows up in a Porsche, and I'm trying to figure out which way to go, because this is my first time in here, and I'm parked right here, and he's got all this area over here to go around me, and he's laying on the horn, and then he pulls into that place I just dropped the trailer off. I guess he's a big shot there or something. I don't know why he would be laying on the horn like that for me. It's not like I have a whole lot of room in here to maneuver. It just goes to show you. Some people just got to learn a little bit of patience and try to understand that, you know, we as truck drivers, we got to get through some really tight spots with these trailers. And it would be nice just to have a little bit of patience and maybe even somebody come on out and guide you in, because that blind spot, it took me 20 minutes to get into it because of all the cars that were in my way. Ridiculous. Oh man, even the loading docks can be hard to get into. Isn't that funny? Look at this blind corner here. Hopefully nobody will be coming around this corner too fast. Good. And I'm gonna make a sharp corner to the left. Oh, really? Can I make that? Holy cow. I ain't gonna make that. No, there's no way I'll make that corner. No way. No way will I make that corner. That's insanity. Maybe a city truck, but not a highway truck. Holy cow. Did not see this. How other way can I get through there? I can't make that left corner. No way. Too tight. You're taking that telephone pole out and that stop sign.
And I do recall somebody told me that, I don't know if it was the guy that helped me out to get up here. He says people have taken that telephone pole out and that stop sign trying to make that left turn. I had to go down the wrong way. There's no other way to go. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what exit I'm supposed to take, but I think it's 33, which is this one. And I'm guessing that ports or something are down here. I hope so anyway. I hope so. C-SPAN ferries. Thank you. Ah, that's a relief. You see something like that, you see a sign and you're like, oh no, did I just go the wrong way? And then you realize, no, I have not. At least I hope I didn't go the right. I hope I didn't go the wrong way. I don't think I did. Ferry's on the other side. I do believe it's down here, so I'm dropping this trailer off. And then bobtailing. I'm not even sure where I'm going to be dropping this trailer. And then I'm going some other place to grab a loaded trailer, and then back here again, back on the ferry.
Turn left below.
Ooh, this is really tight. Okay. Drop trailers, and then this is C-SPAN here. I believe. And not entirely liking the looks of this. I wonder if there's a way to turn around down there. Oh, there's got to be. Yeah, this has got to be the place. So maybe we'll see if there's a trailer here for me. It says once you've dropped the trailer at the barge bobtail. So I'm just dropping it here then. I guess I'm going to have to find some way to register it. Probably these guys here. That's what I'm guessing. Well, there's one thing that I have a real soft spot in my heart for, and that's birds. And especially when you're near the marina. I'll show you how smart these guys are. You ready? You caught it! Crows are too slow. You want to grab another one? Oh, look at that, eh? They can catch quite nicely. Here's a nice big one. Whoa! Fighting for that one. Whoa, you gotta... What are you gonna do? Take it right out of my pocket? Right out of my hand? Come on. Let's see who can come and get it. You wanna come and get it? He got it! Look at that, he came and got it right out of my hand. Let's see if he'll do it again. Come on. If you can climb up and get it, you can have it. Come on. Come on. There you go. Oh, got the whole family here. Sorry guys, I'm all out. I'm all out. That was fun. I love birds. Crows are too slow though. Ah, all right. We'll drop this trailer and we'll get on our way to our next place.
Okay, I think the place I'm supposed to go to is right on my right. I hope anyway. I do believe this is the place. I think I got to show ID here or something. And there's an army base or a naval base or whatever on the left-hand side. And I do believe I got to show some ID here.
Well, I'm just down here at the barge here, and just waiting for them. I guess they're just loading the trailer. Some people are working on this frigate over here, and I guess they work on marine vessels and places like this. It's quite an operation here. That's quite the crane. And then across the bay over there is a naval base, Canadian naval base, and you've got, looks like 3 destroyers over there and 2 submarines over to the left of that big crane. We're all loaded up here at this C-SPAN barge. This is a huge place. I love coming to places like this. I guess I'm a typical guy. I love walking through a hardware store, and I love coming to places like this. Pretty amazing. Yeah. Anyway, we're just gonna make our way out and head to the ferry. Other ferry's going that way. Wonder why they got us going this way. Hopefully it's the right one. I'm pretty sure it is. If not, we're going to Vancouver Island. Or not. Oh, that's Salt Spring Island over there. I wouldn't mind going to Salt Spring Island. That's a nice place, eh? Wouldn't that be beautiful? So I'm making my way back onto the ferry again, and then I'm just gonna bring my laptop upstairs, grab a bite to eat while I'm up there, and sit back and relax and enjoy the ride back. A little chilly out there to be sitting out on the deck. Make my way upstairs and just relax and get a bite to eat, and I'll see you guys when the ferry docks. here. He might want to turn his lights on. He's going to cause an accident. Guy in the Acme truck. Well, you know what? I have to say I did enjoy this day. It was a little bit hectic getting into some of those places, but I overall really did enjoy the day. It was fun. Got a chance to see the Pacific Ocean close up again, and had a nice bite to eat the hamburger that I had on the way back. I guess they're White Spot hamburgers. They cooked them in the kitchen. Oh my goodness, they were yummy. Really good hamburger. Totally full. Really happy with that. $18 though, but it was still worth it with the fries and a root beer. I haven't had a root beer in a while, so it was a nice treat. So anyway, for what the rest of the day, what we're doing here is we're just going to head down to our Delta yard. Gonna swap trailers, and then I'm not sure where I'm going from there. Maybe I'll stop at the yard for the night, or make it to Hope. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Well, I ended up heading over to the Delta yard, and they had me drop that trailer there and switch it with another trailer that was going to Calgary. So I never ended up going to Ontario, and from there it was Calgary to Vancouver, Calgary to Vancouver, Calgary to Vancouver. Not terribly exciting, but those were the highlights of this particular this cycle, and I hope you did enjoy it. Going on the ferry was so much fun. It was really cool seeing the seagulls pull the bread right out of your hands. It was really neat. First time ever on a ferry with a truck. Probably the second or third time I've ever been on that ferry. And the last time I was on that ferry was in the early 90s, so it was really a long time. I'll put it this way, the last time I was on that ferry, it cost me 50 bucks for my car. Now it's like $125 for a car. So prices have really skyrocketed. I'm going to wrap up this video, and I just wanted to share something with you that's very important. It's going to take about 5 minutes to explain it, and I know there's going to be people that are going to say, what are you doing? But I have made a decision that I'm going to be moving on to another company, and I'm going to explain this to you the easiest way I can. And I know you guys, some are thinking, wow, you just can't make up your mind where you're going. That's not nice to the companies or whatnot. Trust me, I wanted to retire here. Let me say a few things about J&R Hall. For starters, Jeff, his family, Cody and Dylan, the best people you'll ever meet. Nicest guys on the earth. I mean, talking about an open door policy where you can walk up to the owner of a company, shake his hand, and just, you know, kid around and talk about hockey and talk about things. They're the nicest guys in the world. All the dispatchers of this company, top notch. The miles are there. They keep you rolling all the time. There's no sitting around. I think I ended up with a little bit of layover at the beginning when I started, and that's because the truck broke down. I've never had to wait for a load. There's always been a load waiting for me at the yard before I get there. Sometimes there's a load waiting at the other yard on my third, like if I'm going to eventually go to Winnipeg and I have to stop in Calgary, there's already a load in Winnipeg waiting for me to come back or go wherever. So there's been no issues with that. The mechanics, Tyler in Calgary, really class act, really nice guy, and the rest of the new mechanic in Abbotsford, I forgot what his name was, and I think there's a new mechanic as well in Edmonton, and the head mechanic in Ayr, Ross. He's a really nice guy, always treats me good on the phone. And then you've got Don, the recruiter, a really nice fellow. I'll always keep in contact with him. The entire company are awesome, and you're probably thinking, then why are you leaving then? There's two reasons actually. The main reason is J&R Hall is a great company, but I need to be with a company that will dedicate a truck just to me. And they do share their trucks here. So if I end up in the Abbotsford yard for a 36-hour reset and I want to go visit family, my truck will could end up with somebody else on its way to either Sicamous or say Seattle. So every time I come home on a reset, I have to pretty well take everything that's valuable out of my truck, and to me that's incredibly stressful. You got to remove your food, I got to remove all my cameras, I got to remove everything, because the better meaning for that is they slip seat their trucks. And some of the drivers don't have a problem with that. Me, it's a huge problem, because it's almost like having your own apartment, but you have 100 people in your neighborhood that have access to it anytime they want. And there's even times when they can ask you to leave if you're not really doing a whole lot. I have never been able to really settle. I've been here almost 6 months and I've never been able to settle in. I don't feel like I'm settled in, I'm home and let's go for it, because there's always that stress of going back to Abbotsford on a reset and worrying about somebody needing your truck. And my truck has been used 4 or 5 times by drivers who just did not leave the truck in the same condition it was when they found it. All my suction mounts were taken down one time, my TV was taken down another time, there was ashes on the floor. It's not the company's fault, it's just some drivers, and this is with any company, they just don't respect other drivers' vehicles. And I know there's other drivers in the company that have the same frustration. They keep their trucks immaculately clean, and then other drivers use them. They just don't care. I borrowed one of the city trucks one time, and I had to go retrieve a trailer that I had when I broke down on Larson Hill, remember? When I used that truck, I adjusted my mirrors everywhere to where I wanted it, but when I brought that truck back, I set the steering wheel the same way, I made sure the mirrors were set the same way, even the seat, I made sure it was put back down the way the person wanted it, and if there was anything on the mat on the bottom, I blew it off or dusted it off. The person didn't even know I was even using the truck, never even knew I used the truck. So, again, this is no hit against J&R. J&R Hall, they have a policy, this is what they do, they utilize their trucks to the best of their ability, and I respect that. But I need to be in a truck that I know that I'm the only one that has the keys to it, that I'm the only one that, because I have a lot of valuables, and I also have, but when I leave the truck, I do take the most expensive valuables with me. But when you come home on a reset, you want to be able to just park your truck, lock it. You don't have to pull all your food out of your fridge and all your valuables everywhere else, and you have to take all your bedding out. It's like moving into the truck every single time you come back, and it's just too much of a pain. So I tried it out for a while, and to be honest with you, I did not even know what the meaning slip seat was until I came here. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a try, because I really didn't know. But to me, it is just a huge problem, and that's just my preference. I want to be with a company that will dedicate a truck to just me, because I like to do a lot of miles out there. And the second reason is, I miss driving in certain areas of the US. I really do. I mean, as crazy as this sounds, I miss California. I just enjoyed the adventure. I know there will be opportunities to drive in the US with J&R Hall, but they just do the Great Lakes area. And the company I'm going to be going to, which I will not announce until I'm there, and you know me, or at least when I'm on my way to orientation. They go to all of the USA, everywhere. They go to every single state. New York City, Maine, they will go anywhere. Florida, probably if I ask them, they'll send me up to Alaska, Northwest Territories. I'm pretty sure if I want to go, they'll send me there. And to me, that's really exciting. It's really going to open things and broaden things for the videos. You're going to see so much more. You're going to see just a lot more landscape, and it's something I really need to do. And this company that I'm going to, they have a good truck, and it's going to be a truck that only I will be using, and apparently their miles are really good. It's another LTL company, so I'm telling you this right now, if that one doesn't work out, I'm going to go work at a gas station. Because I can't keep doing this. I want to retire with a company. And this other company, I mean, I did not even imagine that this company I could find a better company than this. And I will find out whether or not this other company I'm going to is either similar or better. I don't know. But I'm praying that it'll be a good choice. So, I am on my final week. On the 20th, it'll be my final day here. And then I will be heading out for orientation probably the following weekend into Winnipeg. And we'll be sharing that with you as well. Not the orientation necessarily, but at least maybe time in the hotel room and how things went. And of course, when I get into the new truck. And I'm not going to tell you what that is either, because I'm really excited about the fact that the truck I'm going into is going to be a more spacious truck. At least that's what I think. And I don't want to count my chickens yet, so I'm going to wait until that happens. So there you have it. Trucker Ray's moving on again. And it's not because, again, if the slip seat policy was not there, I wouldn't go. That's the bottom line. There's no reason for me to go. If I was dedicated to this truck and the keys were mine and only I was the one driving it, I would not be going anywhere. So I think some of you would agree with me. It's a policy I just can't get used to. So there you have it. Anyway, my friends, I am going to have a bite to eat. I'm on my keto diet. I've been doing really, really well. I'm going to share with you what I have in my fridge. It's kind of funny though. I got lots of pepperonis. I've got cottage cheese. I've got boiled eggs. You can buy the pre-boiled eggs over at the Walmart, and the shells are already been taken off and everything. I got a whole bunch of vegetables. I got my butter in here that I can put on that. I got a chocolate milk in there. That's apparently it's okay if you use it moderately. I got lots of cheese and yeah, lots of protein, lots of cheese, lots of vegetables, and I'll let you know how that goes. But I will say one thing: I haven't really noticed a tremendous difference inside yet, but I know that's going to happen soon because I've totally eliminated sugar. So I'll let you know how that goes. But anyway, until the next exciting video, which I will be starting off in Regina and doing some delivering a load in Regina and then doing some picks, and then it'll pretty well take me to the rest of the week and into my trip to do orientation. Or the orientation might be on the next video after that. But there you have it. So God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. And please keep me in your prayers. Until next time, bye for now.